up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with another dope reaction for you, because today we are jumping back into Game Theory's FNAF videos, and we are checking out FNAF Mystery Solved Part 2, the second half. Who is the purple guy? This has been so much fun seeing MatPat's old theories on FNAF, and really finding out that not much has changed in regards to the theories are not proven. Now, obviously, we have found out a lot more lore as the games have gone on, but I'm beyond hyped to see what he thinks here about the purple guy. But before we jump in this video, make sure you show MatPat at Game Theory some love by subscribing to his channel. And if you enjoy my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo-hoo. Oh, it's time to learn about some FNAF.
The end. Take
And
a
again, this is
bow.
part 2.
It's finally over. Well, kinda. We're still left with one final, seemingly impossible question to answer.
Is the Loch Ness Monster? Where's Bigfoot? Are aliens real?
Who is the purple guy? After
Yes.
spending, I kid you not, full days plotting out all the details of this game franchise on
my God.
whiteboards,
I'm so
talking it
excited to
over
see
with
who he thinks it
anyone who
is.
would stand to listen to me.
Hey, you know what, MatPat? You're rocking that dress, bro. You do you. You do you.
Ramble on and on about fictional haunted robots, and just looking at it from every possible
he
angle,
gonna say?
all logic points to
Phone
it
guy.
being
Phone guy. He's got to think it's phone guy.
the phone guy. And no, not because I made a
Boom!
theory about it and refused to let it die.
He did, yes, because he made a theory, or not necessarily. I don't think it was. The whole video wasn't about it, or maybe it was. But I mean, really, through this point, we don't have many characters, and we don't really have much lore to go off of, other than really the only people we know is the phone guy and us as the player. So one of us two, you would assume, before we find out more lore, is probably the killer.
Honestly, I couldn't care less if that last video was wrong. At this point, I just care about the truth, and Phone Guy makes the most logical sense. I know your complaints, and I promise you, if you stick with me, you'll be convinced. First, there's the circumstantial evidence I presented during my FNAF 2 theory. Phone Guy's admitted love of Foxy being reflected by the smiling purple guy sprite during the
And then this is where we kind of start seeing the mini games, right? Which is kind of our first taste of lore, like concrete lore.
Foxy Go 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 minigame. His distrust
Go,
of
go,
the
go.
puppet, a creature haunted by his first victim that we see time and time again trying to bring a stop to his killing spree. His admitted role as a security guard, and even the weird phone-like object in his hand from the Save Them minigame.
It's a purple
But there's
banana!
even more
It's
evidence.
a purple banana! Come on, bruh!
When we consider Five Nights 3. Consider this. He's the only person in the game who knows about the safe rooms. As we've mentioned before, all the safe rooms were sealed up.
I don't
back
know
in the
much about FNAF
Springlock
3.
suit days.
Because again, we haven't gotten to FNAF 3. We're still on FNAF 2 with Markiplier. I think we're on... Did he finish night 2? So I think we're on night 3. Which I'll jump back into that probably later today, maybe, actually. We'll see. We'll see what comes out today, but... So I don't know much at all about FNAF 3.
Back in the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location, meaning every other employee coming afterward would have never even heard of these things. Phone Guy is the only character we meet who would have any knowledge of these rooms, and more importantly, of how they operate, how they're invisible to the cameras, and more importantly, to the animatronics. And that's just the beginning. He's also the only person who knows how to use the Springlock suits. Again, once they were decommissioned, the suits were hidden away. Regardless of whether you believe that the killer used a golden Bonnie suit the whole
Now again, so we know who the killer is. But, again, you gotta go back in time to when this video came out. No one did know. And MatPat's bringing up some good points here that definitely would make you think that the phone guy is the possible killer. I mean, Very valid.
Time, or you think he used a golden Freddy
If
suit.
I didn't know who the killer was, I'd be believing him right now.
The killer was using one of the yellow spring-locked suits, and Phone Guy is the only character we know who had knowledge of A, where they were hidden, and
Springtrap's
B,
just
how
spooky,
they were
dude.
operated safely. Now, I know a lot of people have said that it couldn't have been Phone Guy because he knew better. He knew that they were dangerous and could kill him, so if he was indeed the purple guy, he wouldn't just hop into a Springtrap suit like we see depicted at the ending of FNAF 3. But there's one key detail that everyone has been overlooking and that Scott carefully included in this game. Listen. Hear it? There's rain. There are puddles on the ground. It's dripping from the ceiling. The killer had been using these spring-lock suits safely for years, but in his panic to escape the ghosts, he failed to notice the wetness of the building around him. The killer had never encountered this.
And it even showed, just not even here, you see little drops dropping. Drip, drop. Drip, 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 drop, drip.
Before, because the building had always been in a decent state of repair, but now it's a wreck, torn apart by age. Rain is able to seep in, something he didn't realize when he was in such a hurry to run away from the ghosts. And if moist breath can loosen the locks, you can bet some rain would make those suckers ready to snap shut. And they do, killing our killer. I mean, all of that makes a pretty compelling argument, almost an open and shut case, if there wasn't one final major criticism to the Phone Guy theory since the release of FNAF 3. And it's a good one. The fact that Phone Guy seems to die during his Night 4 phone call from the first game.
Hey, listen, I may not be around to send you a message tomorrow.
Yep, so was this on the last map pack? Because I have seen part of this, because I know Phone Guy dies in FNAF 3.
It's been a bad night.
It's been a bad night here for me.
I'm kind of glad that I recorded my messages for you. When I did.
If Phone Guy was the killer, why would the robots still be active after his death and the ghosts disappear? It just wouldn't make sense unless you stop to consider the rest of FNAF 3's endings. The big twist in FNAF 3 is the inclusion of a good and bad ending. By completing the game normally, you get the bad ending, in which we see Purple Guy die in a flashback minigame, and the whole thing ends with 5 masks representing the 5 main animatronics with lights on behind their eyes. The good ending, meanwhile, requires using some not-so-subtly hidden clues to unlock minigames, then basically ignoring those games, glitching them out, and giving hidden dead kids cake to make them happy, obviously referring to the victims of Purple Guy. Beat the game this time, and the ending is largely the same, but with 1 fewer animatronic mask and no lights on. The obvious difference here is that in the good ending, the souls of the dead children have been put at peace. When they disappear,
that makes sense, right? Because the lights are out. Simulating that there's no one left in there. Okay, I got it. I feel like an idiot. I feel like an idiot. I'm an idiot!
They disappear for good. They don't go back to their animatronic bodies. But the bad... The lights on behind the eyes of all 5 masks mean that these guys are still active. Angry.
It means there's gonna be a FNAF 4! Freddy Fazbear's 4 coming to a computer near you!
Restless spirits still haunting the robots to this day. Because here's the thing, the good ending doesn't exist until you, as the player of the 3rd installment,
you can't handle the truth
to those kids during FNAF 3's hidden minigames. What you play in
cake,
FNAF 1, though, is the aftermath of the bad ending, when the animatronics have killed Phone Guy, but are still out for vengeance. Yeah, you made it through those first 5 nights at Freddy's. You overheard the death of the Purple Guy recorded live on the phone, but it wasn't enough. You got the bad ending. Even with the killer crippled in the back room in a spring-lock suit.
Crippled? You mean dead. D-A-D. He dead!
The lights are still on in these animatronics. They're still roaming the halls, attacking anyone wearing that much-hated security guard outfit. People like Mike Schmidt, an innocent guy just trying to do his job.
Oh, 07's for Mike Schmidt, chat! 07's for Mike Schmidt!
Failing pizza restaurant. And as the final nail in the coffin, what Phone Guy says in his Night 4 recording perfectly foreshadows what we see in the games.
Maybe sometime you could check inside those suits in the back room. I'm gonna try to hold out until someone checks. Maybe it won't be so bad. I always wondered what was in all those empty heads back there.
Think about what Purple Guy does.
Bruh.
He hides in a back
Bruh.
room, the safe room, hides in a suit, and despite getting sprung-trapped, actually does hold out until someone checks. Holds out long enough for the phone dude to find the hidden safe room, recover the animatronic, and set him free in Fazbear Fright. Exactly what the phone guy said he'd do in his final moments. And as Springtrap, he comes back in FNAF 3. Comes back like he always does. And with no real animatronics
Now he's a killer, but it's not the phone guy.
present at Fazbear's Fright. Remember, Springtrap is the only real one they've found, with all the rest scattered, probably located in dumps, which is why their bodies and faces
Like I
are
said, even though obviously we know that this theory is super wrong, it just goes to show you like how good Matt Pat and his team are at connecting dots and trying to figure stuff out without all the facts present. So we still didn't know half of the lore that we know now since the other games have come out, but still, I mean, again, like in my head, I keep telling myself, no, I know who the killer is. I know who the killer is. It's Afton. It's not phone guy. It's Afton. But Matt Pat's making a very compelling case, even though we know who the killer is.
All
It's
that the
Afton.
spirits can do is
It's me,
appear as
it's me,
phantoms,
it's me, I'm Mr.
hallucinations.
Afton.
Well, all except one. The puppet, who we see in his physical form roaming the hallways of Fazbear Fright. So real, in fact, that we see his reflection visible in the pools of
I
water
didn't even
under
see
his
that.
feet, meaning he is there and unburnt. There's only one way to truly end this. End the murderous purple guy, burning the place to the ground. The
Yeah,
puppet
burn
gave
it down,
robots
player!
life, gave spirits peace, and finally gave the murderer, the phone guy, his long-deserved death. Or at least tried to. And that is the end of the Five Nights at Freddy's story. No hat, no movie, no fourth installment.
Nothing.
Oh, no! 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 No!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what happened? What's wrong?
Look!
Oh no.
But
the next
hey,
one? Is that the
that's
next one?
Just a theory.
A game theory.
Thanks
Let's
for
go!
watching. Hey, if you
Bro, again, so we obviously know what happened, what the real theories are, but it's very compelling. I mean, Matt Pat brings up some very good points about phone guy, but we know he's wrong. Oh, Matt Pat, you're wrong. Truth remains, you're wrong. Matt Pat's wrong, but I still enjoyed this, fam. I realized that it's been a while since we've reacted to one of the old game theory FNAF videos, and with us still doing Markiplier's FNAF videos, I wanted to start these back up. I'm getting old, chat. I'm getting older. My brain stops working sometimes and I forget stuff, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you show Matt Pat some love by subscribing to his channel. And if you enjoyed my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats. And as usual, kind of want it up. And that's all I got. Oh, gonna love for the salt cake.